Huh?
I guess we're starting.
How about it, big boy?
Taking a drink.
Right on time.
It's 13:01. Yeah, it's 13:01.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. I'm Ted. He's Damon. Let's go.
Nice. Hey, so I want to start real quick with a stat correction from last week.
All right.
This is a major one.
We're stat correcting.
This is a major stat correction. All right. Anybody who may have used my lingo that I used very confidently last week, the F-Riz, okay?
Was that not correct?
Apparently, not correct. Still heard him wrong, okay?
Yeah. I was going to say that did not feel right.
So anyway, if you F-Rizzed anybody, first off, the F, we don't know what it means.
Oh.
Okay.
I think I can guess.
So no. He never said F. He said W-Riz, which is a win. Now, here's what Riz means. It's R-I-Z-Z, okay? I took this straight from the Urban Dictionary. It's New York slang created by a Twitch streamer and YouTuber named Kai Sinet that means you have game and get bitches.
Wait, is this KSI?
Yeah, KSI, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no, probably not.
Okay.
Means you have what?
It means that you have game. So you got game with chicks.
I'm already done.
And you get, yeah. So anyway, anybody that went to there, now if you told your kid they look drippy.
I'm saying that's cap. That whole story you just told is cap.
That is AF right here.
That's cap.
AF.
That's cap AF.
Yeah, cap AF. But anyway, I just want to set that. So if you said something to one of your teenage kids or this or that, you looked way dumber. Having said that, hey, I understand the lingo, and I know that I used it confidently all week.
Yeah, that's probably a plan behind that.
so yeah, I used it confidently all week, and I was just laughing. And Nicole's like, "You're gonna have to correct that." I'm like, "No regrets."
Yeah. No one knew what it meant a week ago. No one cares what it means now.
Yeah.
I don't. Props to you for stepping up and correcting it.
Yeah. So anyway, it's either L Riz for you lost and you don't have game, or W Riz. Okay, so that's what it was.
That sounds like you're trying to order a cheesesteak in Philly. I'll take onions with whiz.
Right.
Which is onions and cheese whiz.
So last night, the same after Chuck's game, it's some of his football buddies, so they come over after they've been standing there then watching the varsity game.
Mac, this was just a subterfuge to talk about Chuck's football again.
No. But they're macking on chicks, right? And then all of a sudden they come over and he's talking, he's like, "Man," and he says something, and he said W Riz, and I go, "What's that?" And Chuck goes, "He thinks he won." I go, "He won what?" And so then we corrected it, and I knew what was going on. So yeah. So apparently you used it wrong. Not me. I
didn't use it. I didn't remember it.
Okay.
Past this. We walked out that door,
right,
and I was done with it.
And it never came up?
Never.
That's positive. That's good then. That's good.
I was focused. I had a show last Saturday night, and usually I do nothing show days. I usually try to keep it keep my mind clear.
Right.
I'm trying to focus, trying to remember, not be an idiot. I usually don't eat a whole lot. We left here and went straight to a restaurant. And you had a good time there. That was a story. I don't know if you're going to tell that story, if you remembered to tell it or you want to tell it. Or
yeah, you know what? It was pretty funny because where we record and where I live, you have so many possibilities between here and there. And we said, hey, let's get something. We never record late. We always record early.
Right.
But we did the walk.
We did the walk for Alzheimer's.
So that was good. So we're in here late. So now it's lunchtime. And of course, two guys, yeah, we're hungry, sure. Well, I guess if you'll eat, I'll eat. Yeah, okay.
So I had already, just to be fair, just to be a decent guy and to not make anyone feel bad, I already had 2 donuts at the Alzheimer's walk because 2 separate tables had donuts. And I didn't want the other table to feel bad that I had one of the donuts.
It does.
Now, I went with the plain dry cake donut because I didn't want the extra sugar and all that stuff. I know this is me just projecting, but oh God. That second donut was literally trying to eat the desert.
Really?
After the first one, yeah. After the first one, literally sucked all the moisture out of my body. The second donut was like, "What are you doing, buddy?"
Well, way to carb up before the walk, huh?
Oh, yeah. Hey, we had stairs.
Yeah.
We had 4 people we were entertaining.
I could have done a third donut, bro. There were stairs.
We go to this restaurant. I'm not going to... You saw some people you haven't seen in a while, and you texted your wife and said, "Hey, look who I get to see. You don't get to see him." And then you're like, "Just wait."
Her response was, "I'll be right there." Now, I have a tracker on my phone, which people make fun of me, but I do it. I enjoy it because I know where people are at, my kids, everything else. We all know where everybody's at. So
No. That angle,
yeah,
that angle was awful.
Don't show us the multi-cameras, Mac.
Yeah,
He just put
he
everything
was
up.
showing me the multi-chins is what he was doing.
Nice. It's like a Chinese phone book in here.
You put there's
What?
two things that just happened that were not right just now.
I didn't use the voice, man.
Well, that would have been 3.
Okay. But it's funny because we sit down and we walk in a place that, again, we would have never been. So
yeah, because it was like the farthest you could be from here and still be in civilization.
Right.
1 block later, you're in farmland.
Right. And we're driving home back roads to my house.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah. So anyway, we go in, we sit down and I side sit Ted because I like to watch the door.
I know where he wants to sit, but I don't want to put my back because my back would have literally been in the place where people are like, party of 6. Party of 6, party of 2.
Right.
I literally would have been right there. And I was like, no, I'm going to sit next to you. And you're like, oh, what are we going to side sit? Like, get over it.
So
get over it. As long as we're not on the same side of a booth,
right,
that's fine.
Right. Then we're
At
okay.
a table, you can sit anywhere you want.
Yeah. No, we were okay. So he cleared that up. We're good. But I'm talking to him, and out of the corner of my eye to the right, as I'm looking in, because he's on my right side, I'm looking and I see a guy that looks like a friend of mine that he was in my wedding. Him and his wife, both, they're great people. They moved to Florida.
Now they had to have seen you walk in because you take up the entire space, and neither one of them then went, "Hey, Damon." They were all just like, "Don't sit them next to." Oh, damn it!
So I look and I'm like, man, that looks like Rich. And I open the menu. Then I started looking and I'm like, what the heck would he be doing in town? Well, he snuck into town 2 days for kind of, in the cloak of darkness, went to a wedding, did some stuff, saw his kid that lives here and this and that. And then was with his in-laws having lunch, which I graciously went over to interrupt and pretend I was their waiter, and then got my hugs and took my selfie. Then, yes, Ted is correct. I backed off to give them their space.
Yeah.
And I texted my wife. I says, hey, jealous much like that, right? And I had the selfie with him. And she literally responded. She goes, I'll be right there. I'm on my way. And Ted's laughing. And I'm like, okay, well, now Ted wouldn't tell me what he was ordering up until I ordered, thinking that I was just going to like unoriginal jump on.
I just, there's 2 questions I hate. What did you have for lunch when I come back from work? And what are you going to order? Just figure it out when I order it. We don't have to discuss it. I don't understand. Like, what's that guy going to eat?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not changing the world by my lunch order. Just deal with it.
But let's let the record show you were keeping a secret from me. You wouldn't tell me. Right.
I will admit that, yes, you asked me and I said, you will find out when I tell the lady.
You did.
Everyone at the table will find out at the same time.
Yeah, it was awesome. You were like, we're all going to know this at the same time.
We will all learn together. No one is going to be left. No child left behind, Damon.
Yeah.
George W. Bush put that in practice. Yeah. No child left behind.
You were at the kids' table, definitely with me. You were over there. But it's funny.
I also, when your wife showed up, I wanted to turn to Rich because I had not talked to him any at that point and be like, look, I totally respected your privacy. I didn't go over there. I haven't even talked to you. I did not show up and sit down. I did think it was funny. Like, they were talking to you. I don't know these people at all, and that's not a bad thing. I did hear his wife say, like, I recognize that guy's voice. I've met him vocally, but I've never seen him. She said that because he listens to the podcast. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I was just kind of standing behind you because, like, I wanted to be out of the way. It's a restaurant. There's people moving around with trays and everything. Was it his mom? Or her mom.
Her mom. Yeah.
Her mom like grabs my shirt and pulls me over and she's like, hi, my name is like sticks up to me. And I'm like, oh, okay, we're doing this now.
Yeah.
It literally felt like I was 12 again.
Yeah.
You will meet everyone at the table. You will respect us.
Ted, say goodbye. We're leaving now.
Say hello to everyone.
Say goodbye. But no, it was really funny. So yeah, my wife really did. So me and Ted leave.
Yeah, we're out.
I go over and give a hug to him, and then my wife's
gave
like,
a hug to everyone except your wife.
Yeah, my wife's like, bye, and I'm like, see you at home, And I was like, I walked out. I'm like, hey, I didn't even say bye to her, did I? She stayed for like another hour. They just sat there and visited.
Get out of town.
No, they just sat there and visited.
Rich was probably like, man, we were almost to the airport.
We almost made it without anybody knowing. No, it was really neat. But the odds of somebody from Florida being in a restaurant that you would have never gone to, that's why it's just kind of weird.
Here's the thing. We're in the car. He's like, what do you want to eat? I'm like, we don't have to do this. We are not American.
Right.
Just go somewhere and I will eat the food
and that's why I told him. I said, hey, I know a place we're going to go then. It's on the way home. And we stopped there and go figure.
Because you turned one way and you're like, we should go here. No, let's not go here. And then you just kept going. You're like, did we go to the spot? I'm like, no, we didn't. We drove by it once. You said
that's right.
You drove by it. You said it was really good food. We did not go in.
That's right.
That's usually how it works with us.
Yeah.
You ever been there? No, it's really great. And just
we're going to go somewhere really crappy right now.
Hey, we could have just gone to the place you mentioned. No, we're good.
So, but no, that was really cool. But you're right. Yeah, I did remember that story. I just I wasn't going to sell
that was my point. So we do all that, and then I go home, and then I watch. I'm like, well, it's already time to get redressed because I have to go to Crystal Lake. 'Cause God forbid I do a show anywhere near my house. But I did have coworkers from Rockford come and see me, which was nice.
Really?
Yeah.
To Crystal Lake, huh?
Mm-hmm. I guess some of them. I mean, Rockford really isn't that far once you get that far north.
I guess
like
so.
You're
Yeah.
just like driving.
Yeah, you're moving sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a lateral move.
Yeah.
But they said they were going to be there when I got on stage. I didn't see them, and I was like, oh, I guess no one showed up. And then, there's at that show there's an intermission.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting at the intermission. They walk over towards the end and they start talking. Right as they're introducing John to go up, and I'm like, hey, thanks for coming. You probably need to go back to your seat. I'll talk to you after this part of the show too. But it sucked because they had bought. I mean, because you know that it is. They have big tables. You can sit with people that aren't in your group.
Yeah.
They were at the back of the table, so I could see the front part of the table. I couldn't see them because I probably would have played with that table more had I known.
Right.
But I'm glad I didn't because that table played with John to the point where he was almost going to get off the stage and punch a guy in the throat. I would have been all for that. Yeah, the guy was he thought it was his show, and it was just.
I don't see him as really having a temper.
It wasn't. Well, that's why he didn't do it.
No, but I'm saying, but it must have really pushed him.
Yeah, he was. The guy was just being an idiot.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to learn something, take something home today. If you go to a comedy show, you laugh. Somebody, hey, anybody married? You don't raise your hand. They can't see you. Correct,
yes,
Ted?
You do not raise your hand.
You go me, hey, I, whatever.
Clap your hands.
Clap your hands. Applaud.
It is an interaction. The interaction is we talk. You guys clap and laugh.
Yeah.
That's your part. That's your role. That's your script.
Yeah.
It is not call and it's not like you're at church and it's call and repeat, like, amen. No, shut your mouth. Or you tell a joke and you're like, I've seen that. That's happened to me. Like Andrew and I, comedy Andrew, we used to go just all the time, be like, someone would say something, be like, that's funny because that's happened. Yeah, that's why he's telling the joke.
Yeah.
The jokes are funny if it happens to everyone, if it's universal. Not for you to be like, oh, I remember when that happened to me. It was 1994. I had just thrown out shells that Mac is going to put in his studio in 2022.
Right. Hey, no microwave cart. I don't understand how it happens in the studio. Yeah. Absolutely insane.
I think I had that microwave cart in college.
Well, I think he just bought it off the third person behind you.
Did you get this from Urbana on Elm?
It's imported.
The corner of Elm and Kohler?
He calls it a champagne stand because it's from Champaign, Urbana.
Why is it spelled differently?
It's a microwave stand, bro. It's not a champagne stand.
No photos.
Yeah. Photos are $10. I'll sign it for $20.
Yeah. You could buy a whole new microwave stand. And if I bring in a microwave stand, you can have the photo.
Yeah. I don't know. How many fake ferns can you fit on the microwave stand? I just want to know.
Yeah. Where's the jungles back here? Oh, they're back there. All right.
They're behind us.
They were on the table.
You just hit your shoulder on the microphone?
No, I hit the earpiece. So I have different. It's weird now. Our earphones don't match.
Right.
Now there's matching ones over there.
Yeah.
But I have these new ones that don't match.
It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool that we're both different.
Well, I wasn't used to how far they stick out. So I turned my head and the microphone was there. That didn't used to happen.
Yeah. Hey, that's how I am when I turn sideways. My shirt hides it, but it sticks out a little farther than what I'm used to.
Hey, the kid that told you what F-Riz was lied to you about your shirt hiding it, too.
Right, yeah. He's like, no, you don't look fat.
You can't tell.
You don't look fat, man.
Turn sideways. No one will even see you.
Yeah. F-Riz, man. You don't look fat.
Tell everyone.
So, hey, I have a dead to me. Can I do a dead to me real quick?
Sure.
Okay. There's a dead to me.
I welcome everyone to the list I'm on.
It's
that
growing.
Will remain a mystery.
It is growing. Dead to me. All I hear now is women saying, I really dig a guy with a dad bod. I want to know, because I've had a dad bod since I was 16. Okay.
When did that kick in?
Yeah. When did that start?
Yeah.
Because it would have been nice. Even the young girls were like, and I'm like, I was young before. I had a dad bod at 16 years old. Why didn't that happen?
I don't know what psychedelic Mac just did, but everything turned a different color for me. We were talking about this last week on the walk because there were 4 people with us that weren't with us. We were just 2 people walking together on the thing, and then there were people behind us. And I ran ahead at one point because I was being funny and silly, getting ahead of you. And then I ran up the stairs, ran down the stairs, and they kept catching up. Like, you guys just took off without us. Like, we're not walking together. Like, we're not a group, but like we walked a mile, which took what, like 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah,
tops?
probably.
We were
because we went through the ballpark and stuff. Right. Yeah, we took the detour.
We were kind of like, we had to stop at a few lights.
We took a lot of photos and stuff too.
Yeah, we had to stop because they were blocking traffic. Because it was downtown Joliet. It wasn't like they'd blocked it off for a race. They were literally like, hang on.
Yeah.
All right, you can go.
Yeah.
But it was like we made friends within like 10 minutes. And it was just, they were
really fun.
Yeah.
They were.
I was like, we couldn't have pulled that when we were like young and actually active. Now that we're old men, barely calling upstairs, it was like, oh, those two are funny. Let's hang out with them.
You know what
it was weird.
We pose no threat. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they literally could have just taken. They did try to sneak in and like make it a race at the end, which I thought was kind of dirty. Yeah. They waited to the last 15 steps
to call
go,
a race.
To go.
You have to.
1, 2, 3, go.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Just I came in third.
Ted's standing next to me. There was 4 of them, so you finished in the middle. That's good. Middle of that pack. But they were right behind us, and I hear something. Then all of a sudden, I just hear flustering, and Ted bolts. And we're only like we're seriously probably what 50 feet from the end.
Oh, if we're that far,
we're
literally half a street. It's half a street sidewalk.
And the finish
arch.
line. And the arch finish arch. But it was funny because when they went to the stairs, we were going up in the stadium, and they all started bolting up the stairs, which Ted was already kind of in the lead. But
I was like 2/3 of the way up, and I got to the top, and I'm like, I won.
Yeah, and I hear stomping. And they all get up there, and I go, "You have to call a race. I don't understand. I didn't even know we were racing. You know, I'd like to be a part of this. You know, but no, it was pretty funny. But that's my question is: so is there a certain age cutoff, or when did this become? Because if this would have been like,
you would have cleaned up.
Man, in '94. Oh man, I would have been like Don Juan
in H school. You would have cleaned up.
Yeah, I'd have been like, man, I would have been. W Riz. You just threw up in your mouth a little?
No, I was just finishing the rest of my latte, which was an adventure in its own right.
but so that's my only dad to me. But no, I had to say, and
so you would have faked an injury in the football field and then been ready for the sock op later that night.
Right.
True story. That actually, not to Damon, that actually happened. Got carried off the field.
Yeah.
45 minutes later, he's out jamming in the school gym for the dance because that's where the ladies were.
We also had, and I won't use his name, but we had a guy in high school that every time he missed a shot in basketball, he got hurt. And or he'd drive the lane and like nobody'd be there to touch him.
Yeah, he should charge LeBron.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
He should charge LeBron because I mean, that guy invented the flop.
His last name's a piece of furniture. You know what I'm talking about. So
was this the same guy that faked the?
Yeah,
that's the guy I was talking about.
Same guy. I know. I just find it odd where it's like because I've been around people like that. Yeah, it's like that was a foul.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Meanwhile, I would like literally put people into the bleachers.
Yeah.
And they would call the foul on them. And they're like, we don't want to piss that guy off. So he's clean. You got a foul.
You're good. Hey, it's kind of how the football game was last. Same way. It's always one-sided. You always look at it.
I had the nickname Wrecking Ball at one point. And I can still walk.
Didn't Miley Cyrus write a song about you?
Yeah, but however, they took a stunt double for the video. Yeah. They literally put a ball in there. I mean, I was available.
I would love to see your bald head and ginger beard slide on that thing.
Well, that's better than her riding me on it.
That's correct.
Because I'm the wrecking ball.
Yeah, that's correct. But I just like to see you the pose. You just sit back, head all back, and just relax, man. Just relax, ride it out. Oh, and the other interesting thing this morning, I almost hit. I got stuck in traffic, so I had to jump around and
jump up, get down.
But I'm taking, of all places where we live near Joliet, Essington is a busy road in Essington. I almost hit 4 deer on Essington. I've never had that in my life ever. I was like, wow. I thought the one place I wouldn't have to look for this is like where there's strip malls.
Well,
were they shopping? You know,
maybe they heard Rich was in town.
They had Coles bucks.
And they were looking for Rich.
Yeah.
No, they are Coles bucks. See, they're Coles bucks. Those are the elusive Coles bucks.
The bucks.
This is funny because you said I am sitting on the high. You're like, basically you were trying to tell us you're in traffic. You might be late. Right. You're like, I'm sitting on said highway.
Yeah. On the double nickel.
I'm like, oh, you should drive on that. Like, no, that's a dumb joke. I'm not going to type it.
Oh.
Cut to 8 seconds later. Mac in the group text. I think you're supposed to drive on it.
I think you're supposed to drive on it. I just ignored it like, hey, Chief.
Guess who's was like, yeah. And well, he like reiterated that it was a good move for me not to make that joke.
Yeah, there's like radio silence after that. It's like,
everyone just got quiet. Meanwhile, I'm like 30 minutes out at that point. Like, well, I guess I am going to stop for coffee. Damon's running late. Why not?
Made it.
Cut to me getting to the count. What was your order?
Yeah.
The one right after that guy, the one you handed out, the one before the guy behind me. Like, this shouldn't be a question. And I know they had a problem because if you see there's a sticker over the sticker.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were going to make something else, which I would have been ending the show quickly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was like 19. It would have been all dairy with just a whisper of coffee.
Oh,
yeah.
Now that would have been nice.
No, the day would have ended. It would have been.
We have big stuff going on.
It would have been.
We can't do that.
Welcome to That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. Here's Damon. Ted's gone. Good luck. Need to be at least 45 minutes, sir.
We need a wireless mic.
And a heavy mute button.
Yeah. So, hey, let's do a couple fun facts then. All right. This one here falls in line with my dad bod, and it means that I probably have more serotonin than anybody on the face of the earth. But it says 95% of the body's serotonin is found in your gut. The gut acts as a second brain that heavily influences your mood and well-being. My mood is usually I'm hungry, and that probably comes from my gut. So I think there's a lot of serotonin in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, they do say that like there has been a big push in the last couple decades for gut health.
Yeah.
And it changes everything.
Well, what Jamie Lee Curtis with the probiotic. Yeah. Hey, you need to poop every 20 minutes.
Yeah, with the poop yogurt. And I like how they take all the molecules and put it into an arrow going down, as if we don't know how poop works.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, thanks for telling me, yogurt.
Yeah.
I thought all of a sudden it was going to come out of my face.
Yeah, I don't have different orifices that just, it protrudes from. I know exactly where it goes. It's a funnel system.
Yeah.
Okay. I funnel it through my mouth right here. Everything that goes in there comes out the other way.
Now, the trick is I can eat any yogurt and have the same. I don't have to pay for that extra special yogurt.
Yeah, you don't need the probiotics.
I can just get that generic Aldi yogurt. And works the same.
You should be the guy in that commercial. You'd be like, hey, if you're like me, you can eat this yogurt and still have gut health. Yeah. So, but then you're also gonna want to talk about what White Cloud or whatever, good toilet paper, right? You're gonna want to you do both.
No, yeah,
they come in a gift pack.
God, what do we use?
Huh?
It's not Charmin. I'm trying to think what we use.
Can't squeeze a Charmin. We learned that last week.
Mr. Whipple. That was that guy.
Yeah, Mr. Whipple.
You don't think I don't know the guys that sell toilet paper?
Yeah.
We've not met.
So, all right. So we know I have a lot of serotonin. This one here, I don't believe they needed a study for it, but an Indian study found that wives are better at listening to their husbands than husbands are at listening to their wives. Do you really think scientists needed to take time?
No, but you find, what's funny is that in India, more the men are healthier because they go to the doctor in that country because they're the ones that are because of the.
Oh, so it's like a role reversal?
Role reversal, right.
Okay.
Because they're deferential to men. Men are like, well, I'm important. I'm the one that needs to go to the doctor, where the women are the ones that are more,
We're expendable over here.
Right. Where in this country, men are like, oh, I can't go to the doctor. Just put some Robitussin on it to be fat.
Put some Robitussin.
It's weird. Men are so insecure that they won't go to the they're insecure about looking insecure that they won't go to the doctor to the point where limbs will fall off.
Right.
Or over in India, they're like, no, we're the important ones. We're the ones that go to the doctor. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
You guys are idiots.
I'm on my fifth wife. She don't go to the doctor, so that's how it goes.
If you could look up Sam the Cooking Guy merch, because this is going to tie into him and his serotonin. It's a shirt I forgot to put on the page. Maybe I'll just put it on the page later.
Sam the Cooking Guy.
Sam the Cooking Guy. He has a shirt that I want to buy for you because I think it's funny. But I want you to wear it. I don't want to wear it.
Well, just so you know, there's a lot of serotonin down here. Go up on the X's.
It ties in exactly.
Yeah, go up on the X's. All right.
Yeah.
Don't stop at 1 or 2. Okay.
Don't stop.
Nobody likes a quitter.
2 times, not enough.
But again, if you needed, their scientists can't be that smart then. If they're like, hey, they could, you know what they could have used? They could have used the Target forensic team. Probably could have got on that and found out the same thing.
Yeah.
Hey, here's what's going on. But if you said it's a role reversal over there, it's kind of weird that that's where the study's from.
Well,
it still proves true.
Well, these 2 studies came together and it was like, hey, this study says this and this study says that. And someone went, huh.
Yeah.
I bet that's because over there, they're terrible to people and they need to stop that.
Yeah.
Everyone should go to the doctor.
I see what you're saying there.
Yeah. I forgot about the Target forensic team. I do a whole bit. If you guys come to my shows, no one does, jerks. You would know that I do a whole bit on Target now. And I wonder if I could work that in somehow.
You should. So, hey.
I just figured out how. Never mind. That's how I do a joke. Sam the Cooking Guy, when you're back at the
cliffhanger.
This guy just walks around like he's trying to do his job or something.
So this is awesome. In 1996, so this is back when I started having a dad body. Probably 2 years before.
Did you say 86?
Yeah.
I wasn't listening. I heard 6 and 19.
I was 10 and I was quite a catch for the middle-aged ladies.
I mean, you already had the mullet at that point.
Yeah, that kid is built like a dad.
That kid with a dad bod and the hair helmet?
Yeah. He is way above his time. Yeah. Way ahead of his
Give
time.
him about 20 years. We'll be all over that.
He's probably holding an iPhone because he's from the future. So, in 1996, 2 neighbors in Devon, England, spent a year hooting at owls, unaware they were actually hooting at each other.
Oh, God.
How awesome is that when the one guy walks in, he's like, I told that owl again, honey. The other guy walks in, he's like, that owl, he got given the business. And it's like, How do they meet and figure that out?
I guarantee that both wives are at the end of the hedge, drinking coffee, just standing there like, these idiots. You know that was Dave the whole time, right? Oh, yeah, no, I knew after day 2.
Right.
Yeah. You tell him? No.
Yeah, but it's this Hootin hour, so I'm going to go ahead and do what I want to do.
Gets him out of the house.
Dave, get out of that tree. It doesn't make you any more believable,
That would be funny if we had a privacy fence behind my house and it turned out that that it was Tina and the neighbor thinking that each other is trying to stop the other neighbor's dog.
Yeah.
And it's just them going back and forth. And Titan and I are just on the porch like, what the hell are you doing?
She's running the fence line.
Yeah. I know it won't work because we can't have privacy fences, which is what causes the problem. The dog can jump 4 feet. You can see you can pop over and be like, Roar!
Yeah.
And that's what he does. He jumps up, barks, goes back down.
That's like a Jack in the Box. Yeah. I see you. Yeah.
Like he forgets. He like hits is that dog still over there? Jumps back up. Oh, jumps back down.
That would have been so great, though. You're right. You and the dog just sit on the porch with your arms crossed. Like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, your wife's just running the fence line barking.
I was like, stop messing with my dog. And the other one, like, just back and forth. Yeah. Just like, the dogs aren't even out. You know that.
Okay. I have a couple more fun. I'm really enjoying the fun facts.
Go with it.
All right. So here's the deal. I think, yes, I know. Oh, so I have impotence, but I have strategic impotence.
This is not fun. I mean, it's a fact. I don't think it's fun so far.
Strategic impotence, the art of avoiding certain tasks by pretending you don't know how to do them. That
does sound like what you would do.
Yeah, that is me to a T. You know what's weird is back when I was a plumber years ago, we were our hall was plumbers and pipe fitters. So whenever you asked somebody when they were a plumber, what'd you do for a living? You know what they said?
Pipe fitter.
Pipe fitter. You know why? Does anybody know what a pipe fitter does?
No.
Now, if I tell you I'm a plumber, you're gonna have 15 questions for me.
Same as if you tell people you have a truck, you're the guy that's always been called to move.
Right. Yeah. So, but no, I saw this and I thought, man, back in the day, that's what I did all the time. I still sometimes people be like, I'm like, I don't know. I don't. And it's like, I just did that 5 times yesterday, but it's like, nah, I don't know how that works. I don't know what to do. So strategic impotence. So why, when I said that, you said, yeah, I can see you doing that. You've witnessed me doing this before?
No, the impotence part seemed on brand for you.
You're like, I said it fit. Then you said the word strategic, and I thought, no, we're still gonna go with it. Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It really had nothing to do with it.
I'm not gonna waver.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna waver. Wow, I gotta be honest with you. I'm gonna do one for you now. Okay, it says only 1 to 2% of the total global population has natural red hair. However, in Ireland, roughly 10% of the population has red hair, making it the world's highest concentrated population of redheads. Now, I know a lot of Irish people, because they have, I don't want to say pale skin, but they have, they're pasty, and they have red hair. So would you say you would have a better chance when you were younger of W-rizzing if you were in Ireland? See, Matt gets it. He laughs. You don't find any.
No, I don't think it would have been a problem either way.
I think you would have.
I would think my chances would have gone down because now I'm in a pool of other gingers.
You're less sought after.
Right. I'm not as unique.
So, but what about, I think your basketball skills would have been.
Oh yeah, I would have been.
You would have been. Yeah, you would have been the Michael Jordan of Ireland. Yeah. That would have been phenomenal.
Yeah. I always I find that. Do you guys ever play the Mario games? You guys familiar with the Marios?
Oh yeah.
I've always described myself as the Mario because I wasn't really good at anything, but I was kind of average at everything. Like Luigi can jump and Bowser's big and Peach can float. Mario was just like, he's all right for everything. That was me in all the sports. He can hold his own. Nothing's going to be a surprise. In Ireland, then I think now we're changing things up now.
Now is okay. So you'd have to find a different niche then to fit into, is what you're saying.
Well, yeah. You were asking me, do you think I would have stood out in a country of gingers? No, I just would have been like, oh, there's another ginger. Now, I do have blue eyes, which is the blue eyes, red hair. That is literally
you're like the unicorn?
It's the only place I'm in higher than the 1%.
So you're the ginger
unicorn. I can tell people I'm in the 1%. It has nothing to do with money.
Right.
Has to do with genetics.
I'm in
weird.
the upper echelon of people. I'm just letting you know that. I mean, certain people, but people.
I mean, I get it when my parents would take me places and they'd be like, "Did you steal that kid?"
Right.
We used to go to the restaurant in town.
One of these things does not belong.
We used to go to a restaurant in town and people would look at us like, where'd they get that kid?
Yeah.
That kid doesn't match.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It was one of these things doesn't belong here. One of these things isn't the same.
I knew you'd know the words. I knew you'd sing it. So anyway,
our friend Chuck from Catfish Days, put up like name a song that reminds you of your dad, and everyone's putting like serious like sound, like Cats in the Cradle and others like Mama I'm Coming Home, which I thought was weird because it's about a dad. But anyway, I put a gift from the pinball game from it was either Sesame Street or Electric Company, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Because it was numbers and my dad loved pinball. And I was like, I'm the only one who's going to get this, but I'm going to put it up there.
You could have done pinball. Isn't it Pinball Wizard? Isn't that a song too?
I don't think Tommy really would have worked with that. I think it would have been fine with the counting pinball game.
One.
What? Hey,
he is
Spielberg,
totally messing
could
with
you knock it off? Like, no.
So
like it is so zoomed in, you could count individual freckles.
Yeah, we keep getting camera. So for somebody who doesn't want to play,
I would have worn a neck girdle had I known we were going to do this.
Yeah. Were you in a car accident? Nope.
Yeah, I would have worn a turtleneck. Ted, it's not even that cold yet. Dude, I got a film later, and apparently my throat is going to be front and central.
So one more fun fact, and this is, again, where I believe scientists, now this isn't scientists, these are mathematicians.
These guys aren't real.
Yeah.
It's like, these guys aren't real doctors, they're chiropractors.
Yeah.
That's basically what you said. These aren't scientists, they're just math dudes.
Yeah, they're math dudes. I mean, who can't spell boobies on a calculator? I can. So now, are we taking glamour shots? Or he's like,
it felt like, can I offer you a feeling?
Yeah. You want me to do the pose where I look off in the distance and then you pose me over. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, yeah, they just put you over my face.
So here's my last one. Mathematicians have concluded, get this, that it's statistically impossible for vampires to exist because they would decimate the human population within 3 years.
Well, yeah, they did the same thing with the zombie thing. They were like, because you'd be watching Walking Dead, and it'd be 6 seasons later, and be like, guys, there'd be no more humans left. Yeah. Because no one's procreating. All these people turned into zombies. They can't keep finding fresh zombies.
There's a movie where that happened to the vampires. What was it?
There is a movie. You're right.
Yeah.
He just starts out, there's a movie.
With that scenario, specifically, like the vampires done ran out of humans.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They've got them all like Matrix style in pods, trying to like just harvest them.
Do you know back like originally, like you couldn't let none of the monsters could come into your house unless you invited them in. Somehow vampires are the only ones that kept that throughout the myth. All the other monsters are like, let's just let's just go in. But vampires are still like, no, you got to invite us. We're just being polite.
That's why there's no Vampires Inc. It's just Monsters Inc. because they can come out of the closet. Yeah. Vampires open the closet and are like, hey.
This reminds me, Mac talked.
Yeah.
So, Mac, why is your parking lot so full? You had a story. We got way past the what's going on with your week stuff. As usual, now Mac's going to tell about it.
Yeah, my reserved parking spot was gone today. What happened?
Everyone's parking spot was gone.
There is a concealed carry class going on down the hallway.
Oh.
Yeah, CCW Express.
At the crack of dawn on a Saturday?
So I either feel really safe or really not safe.
Well, and I found out about it because a guy walked in. He's like, hey, is this a CCW class? And I was like, yes, come into my small confined space with your firearms.
Yeah. How thick are these walls, by the way?
Yeah. Are we going to get a stray? Is it like...
Yeah. Wow. Some guy blew past me and his car backfired.
Yeah.
And I think the guy in front of me soiled himself.
Oh,
man. It was like, pow! And the guy in front of me, like, his car, like, jerked real quick. And I was like, ooh.
Hey, I ate that yogurt too, buddy. I ate that yogurt too. So
Activia.
So that makes sense then. I guess that's why I lost my parking spot. But
so don't go down there and piss any of those people off.
Yeah. I was going to say, now's not the day to go out in the hallway and cause a scene. Okay. So that's not what's going to happen.
Thanks for letting me drink all my coffee.
Yeah.
Now I got to go past those guys.
But to put it into terms, like you said, how would they know? Again, they're going to run out of people, but how would they know the time is 3 years? Because how do they know how many vampires there are? I mean, is that one vampire? Is that two? Is that four? Yeah.
There's one.
Yeah.
There's the counting one.
But
that's a good point.
How do you mathematically come up with that? And then do vampires procreate? So like, are they They having kids, and then there's more.
Yeah,
they got to feed more vampires.
That was a zombie thing. Like, no, once you start taking out the people that are making more people, there's no more people.
You know what I never realized too? I don't watch Walking Dead. My son loves it. I don't watch it.
I stopped watching it like 100 years ago. I can't believe it's still on.
Yeah,
but whatever.
Yeah, and it keeps saying it's going to be the last episode, and it never is. But whatever. My thing is, if you're The Walking Dead and all these people are dying, wouldn't you just turn and eat the cameraman? He's also a person.
All right,
I'm just being honest with you.
You watch too much stupid television because it's gotten in your brain.
I'm just saying.
Well, it's the same with like the HD TV shows where they walk into a place and they're like, oh, this place is all, I'm nervous to go in this room because like they're checking out like a rundown house that they're going to renovate.
Yeah.
And they open the door and they're all scared, yet the camera is inside the room looking at them. Like the cameraman's already inside.
Okay, so I watch a show. It's called Farmhouse Fixer Upper.
It's with the guy from New Kids on the Block.
Yeah, it's with Jonathan Knight from New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
So anyway,
does he walk in and go, this house has got the right stuff, baby?
No, but he was in one for the Salem witch trials.
Gotcha.
Okay. So it goes way back to like the house was built in like the early 1600s. Okay. This house.
Well, that would track. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, it's got a plaque outside and everything else, but the lady that owns it, she doesn't live in it. She owns it still, whatever. So they got a bathroom issue. He goes over there. Hand to God. This is what's funny. Cause you're right. He goes to walk in this bathroom. He gets scared because his cameraman's standing in the shower to take the shot when he comes in, and they didn't tell him, hey, there's a guy in there already.
Well, then I agree.
So that's legit.
That's legit.
That's legit.
That's too legit.
Right.
Too legit. To
but what I'm saying
but I'm telling you, when they walk in and they freak out because there's something in the room is supposedly scary. Like there's a dude, there's at least two dudes because there's the camera guy and the boom mic guy.
Right.
Like you're not. Who are you fooling at this point?
You know what, though? How fun would that be if there was a zombie holding the camera, like just inviting him in? So, like, he already ate the camera guy. You know what I mean?
I'm in your light. What do you want? I don't.
Yeah. Bill, what are you saying?
Redo the shoot?
Yeah. What are you saying?
Go back to one? I don't.
Camera one? Camera two?
This guy's terrible. I don't
understand what he's saying. Yeah.
Am I hitting my mark? I don't know.
You turn around, the director's a zombie.
Yeah. Like, this is not going well, everybody.
Yeah. But the behind the curtain thing, they left it in the shoot, which I liked. They showed he really, like, he went, oh my, and he walked down the hallway and he's laughing. He's dying laughing. And the girl that is his assistant, she's laughing too. He goes, it's my cameraman in the shower. And they show the cameraman.
Was it Donnie Wahlberg? From Sixth Sense?
It was Blue Bloods.
I see dead people.
Yeah. It was Blue Bloods.
Donnie was in Sixth Sense. He lost like 1,000 pounds to be in that.
Yeah,
because he got to the end, I'm like, which one was Donnie? And it was like, oh, it was that emaciated dude that was in it for 8 seconds in the beginning. I'm like, that seems about right.
Yeah.
That's about how much you want to use Donnie Wahlberg in a project.
Hey, he's in everything, though.
Hey, he's just up the street. You want to go talk to him?
Right. He is just up the street. So anyway, we don't know how many vampires. We don't know how, but we know that the human population will be decimated within 3 years.
Let's not try to solve, climate change or, the global political conflict. Let's try to figure out how many years it would take for vampires to wipe out what's left of humanity.
That seems like a really bad argument between two buddies, and they're trying to Google it, and like that's just how it. No, man, mathematicians say in 3 years. It's like, and then they just make it a fact.
Yeah.
I put it on Wikipedia. It is true.
You just walk by a room with a bunch of guys in lab coats and slide rulers, like what are you guys trying to figure out? Like how to get back to the moon? No. We're trying to figure out if Blade 3 would actually make it.
Correct.
Because that came out 5 years after Blade 1. So, Jesus.
We hear Wesley Snipes needs a little money nowadays. So, but no, I found that if you don't know the bottom number of, I guess it'd be the top number of how many vampires, then you really can't divide the rest of them, by that. What are we? Oh,
we got a new review.
We got a new review up here?
Ted's the best. I can't believe how much I've listened to this show. These guys always figure out a way to bring humor to everyday life. I like how Ted seems to be the show's know-it-all, and I've listened since the beginning. Sometimes I wonder what people think when they see me bust out laughing spontaneously. Oh, it's from Ed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't start there. I started here.
Yeah.
Because it said Ted's the best. I didn't start here where the name was.
Yeah. So my friend Ed.
Thank you, Ed.
Ted's the best.
Yeah. Like, I act like I'm the show's know-it-all. Damon doesn't act like he's the show idiot.
Not at all. Not at all. All right, so I got a TCO of the week.
TCO of the week.
TCO of the week. Chinese pine nut harvester drifts 200 miles in runaway balloon.
Okay.
You with me?
Nope, but we're going to figure it out. I don't think anyone's with you.
It says work accidents are always serious business, but when they don't usually send you drifting aimlessly through the skies till day's end. Unless you happen to be a pine nut harvester from China, then you run a very real risk of taking the air uncontrollably. Let's see here. That's just what happened to one nut picker By the way, we're not going to sound drop that, okay? But
sausage.
right?
I feel like you did cherry pick this story though.
No, I did not.
Sausage.
Why are you doing that? It makes me giggle a little bit, though. All right.
You believe that?
Not as much as that. I knew. I saw you reaching for that button. Oh. So it says a hydrogen balloon he used. He used it to top the trees. So he I guess does that mean he's picking or he's trimming? I don't know. What's he doing?
He's picking and he's trimming?
I don't know what he's doing.
I don't pick pine nuts.
What's topping the trees mean? I don't really know what that means. But his name was Mr. Hugh. And that's what China's broadcasting CCTV called him. He ended up floating in the sky for 2 days. In that time, the air currents pushed the balloon nearly 200 miles away from its starting point.
So he has no control over the uplift of his balloon?
Yeah, because
most balloons, like you can like raise and lower them, controlling either the temperature or like the amount of gas that's in them.
Right.
Hey, good luck, buddy. Hey, how tight you tie that? Because that's dependent on how. Oh, there he goes. We should have told him that while he was on the ground.
Oh, Hugh. That guy. So it says on Sunday, August 4th, he was doing his job, harvesting pine nuts. So he's harvesting pine nuts in the Heilongjiang, or whatever that's called, province in China. Together with his colleague, he climbed into a balloon. So it sounds like he's with another guy.
Wait, so he made it 2 days. Why did the other guy not make it?
He ate him. Zombie.
Yeah. Mathematicians figured out it only takes 2 days to wipe out the population of a balloon.
Unless there's a vampire in it. Then it's one.
Well, then that guy's still up there.
Yeah, that's one.
Presumably he's still going.
Right. So
he just turned into a bat and away.
To keep the balloon from floating away, the duo had tethered it to the trunk of the tree they were harvesting. But for reasons unknown, their lifeline suddenly came loose. Okay, if you call it your lifeline, I would say there should be no way it could ever come loose.
How about a backup?
Yeah. Do you ever go bungee jumping? And I never have, and I never will. But if they hand you the other side of your bungee before you jump off, I don't think you're going to jump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, what is this tied to? He's not coming back.
Your only hope is that somehow I'm holding the other end and you get a little bit of a boing before I fly off the bridge. That's your only hope. All right.
They did that on Jackass.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they threw Wee Man off tied to Preston, the big fat one.
No, for real?
Yeah, into water though.
Yeah,
not
it was
rocks.
on a bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it did that. It did exactly what happened. Wee Man bounced, came back up, and then in the second bounce, he pulled Preston off the bridge with him.
So
let's try that, Mac. Damon, what are you guys doing later today?
Do you remember? It was an Aerosmith video. Maybe it was Crazy or something.
Yeah, it was Crazy.
Yeah,
with
Alicia Silverstone. Yeah, where she jumps off the bridge, gives the guy the finger, and then you see her stop, and it's like, first off, your back is severed. I don't understand why you think you can fall 10 feet, have a rope stop you in the middle of your back. That doesn't happen.
That's why I don't know if you know this. That's why bungee cords have that give to them.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Because it's not the fall, it's a sudden stop that ruins everything.
See, but for me, I'd be looking over and there'd be like a coil like 6 feet high of bungee, and I'd be jumping off a 12-foot bridge.
There are videos where they have people that are really nervous and they get them to right as they go off, they hand them like a piece of a different bungee.
Yeah.
But it looks like it's their rope that's not attached. They just, hey, whoop, and they push them.
Yeah.
Guarantee that's a soiling all the way down.
Oh, yeah. You know what's weird is that
hope you ride extra pads.
Maybe but that's probably a good way to get you to appreciate life. Like the whole way down, you're like, you see everything.
They do that on those amusement rides too, where they pull you back and they let go and they like kind of slingshot you.
Oh
in
yeah,
chairs.
the slingshot ones.
Yeah, they'll accidentally drop like a bolt. Like, hey, do you guys know where this comes from? And you're like, just shoot.
Yeah.
And you just see the people just like freaking out. Like one guy like literally passed out, woke up, passed out, woke up, passed out because he was so.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys doing later, Mac? Damn it.
You know what's weird though? You're gonna slingshot me, and it's like they're gonna pull the thing, and it's still sitting there, and you're like, "This is not gonna work."
We did the doom. Why is it still?
I step off, and you just shoot to the moon. Why are we still on the ground?
Hold on, let me get off real quick and check. No.
Right. Yeah. Now you're stuck in the Eiffel Tower,
Yeah,
like the Queen.
I was just going there. It's gonna be like, look, there's a queen. Look, lady. Look, Parliament, Big Ben.
Oh, but so here's the
Queen
deal.
Elizabeth.
Here's our answer to the why there's one. As the balloon began to rise uncontrollably, Hugh's colleague jumped out. Okay. Hey.
Well, at what point? Because if it's at 4 feet and you're like, man, this doesn't seem like it's going back down,
right?
Yeah, jump out. But if you're like at 14 feet,
yeah,
maybe ride it out.
Are we pressure washing you off the concrete?
Yeah.
How high were you?
Maybe ride it out.
Yeah. But without the other man's weight, the balloon only began to ascend faster. See, here we are in the same situation.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Ted is touching the moon in a slingshot. Damon's standing here ordering a funnel cake. Actually, he's probably getting deep fried Oreos. Let's be real. Okay. Yeah.
Is this the line for funnel cake?
Nope. So anyway, before Hugh was able to leap out, the balloon was already up too high. He lost control of it completely and drifted away helplessly. Wow. As he gained altitude, the wind began to push him along. I bet it would.
Yeah.
I mean,
this balloon is designed to be counterbalanced by 2 humans.
Yeah.
One of them pieced out 18 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
The other guy is.
As a man who climbs stands on Friday nights, I'm going to tell you right now, there's more wind at the top. I stand at the top. I can go down 18 rows. Now you're talking, I'm probably 30, 40 feet off the ground, maybe, in the bleachers, whatever it is. I'm not super high. And the fact of the matter is
you're 4 stories up.
Right. But my whole point is when you're in a hot air balloon and you're hundreds of feet in the air, I mean, you can't tell me it's not windy up there, So
yeah, I think the design flaw is using one of the humans as ballast. Shouldn't there be bags or what, like sandbags or anything? As long as you both stay in here, you'll be fine. I'm out.
Yeah. Hey, now we have a lifeline tied. You ate breakfast, right? Okay. We just want to make sure that we have it tied significantly and securely. That's all. But it says Hugh spent 2 hungry and cold days floating aimlessly across China. Now, wouldn't you think that he would be a flight risk, and like he might get shot down flying over China,
or just floating out over the ocean? Like, good luck.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You better hope. You better hope you don't run out of hydrogen.
Yeah. Say hi to Hawaii. I mean, couldn't you? I don't know how it works. Couldn't you find a way to slow leak that thing down?
I don't know, but it says he probably felt. Let's see here, out of the fire and into a tree. Although Hugh probably felt so in the balloon's gondola, he wasn't alone. According to the Chinese state-run news, his employer, local police, firefighters, and professional rescue workers put together a 500-strong team to get him down safely.
Question: do they get the nuts from a distance? Like the pine nuts, once it started to dislodge from the lifeline, it started to untie. Wouldn't you just hold onto a tree?
A branch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hold onto a branch till someone comes and gets you.
Okay, so lifeline number 1, you've secured yourself to the tree.
Right.
Lifeline number 2 is your left or right arm.
You've secured yourself to the tree. Lifeline number 2, the tree.
Right.
Maybe they're like, don't damage the tree. Work will get upset with it.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm going to die without that.
You're wasting the nuts. They're all falling on the ground. The squirrels are going crazy. It's like, oh, this is great. So it says, following their instructions, Hugh successfully began to deflate the balloon as the hydrogen slowly escaped, why would he know how to do this anyway?
Didn't I just ask that?
Yeah.
Why didn't you slow leak yourself to the ground?
Yeah.
Did they not tell him the operating procedures of this balloon before he got in it? Hey, what are all these dials? Don't worry about it.
I know I made fun of mathematicians, but this is an elderly Chinese man. You don't think he knows how to do this stuff?
Here's the thing. Wow.
Yeah.
I would
getting wrong on many levels?
TCO does not condone what Damon just said. That was Damon's mouth only.
Should I do it in his voice, man?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Just
so
checking.
anyway, here's the thing. You don't think he knows how to operate this stuff?
Right.
You literally hey, I'm going to get in this thing. I'm going to be operating it. What does this do? Don't worry about it. Just get the nuts, man.
Right. So maybe the pilot's the guy that jumped out.
Ooh,
that might be it.
The guy who knows how to use it.
Yeah. Maybe he was the picker and the other guy was the pilot. And
was it Juan or Hugh that jumped out? It was Juan. Oh no.
Oh.
That guy's up floating, isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Yeah. So he traveled 186 miles from where he started, but his ordeal wasn't over yet. On his way down, his balloon collided with a tree. Okay. It started with a tree.
Yeah.
So
this is actually an improvement.
Yeah. Seeing another tree is a win.
Yeah.
Because like you said, seeing a body of water, okay, no, not a win. So on his way down,
collided sounds like he didn't slow leak it. They were like,
right,
turn that knob lightly,
right,
and he went. Boom.
Sounds like the helicopter pilot that got cold and shut the fan off. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. So I almost gave up, he says. But being closer to the ground had the advantage that the rescuers could now pinpoint his location. You can't pinpoint, hey, there's a balloon.
Yeah.
You're
pretty high up.
Yeah. How do you?
If you can't go, hey, there's a guy up there.
Right. So
look, it's a bird. No, it's a plane. No.
It's Hugh.
It's Hugh.
It's not me. It's Hugh.
It was Hugh all along.
Yeah. I really like that.
Writes its stuff, guys.
Right.
Writes itself. Writes itself.
Writes itself. So
You know what didn't write itself? Hughes balloon.
Right. Or the bit about how you're going to work in the forensic thing. Yeah, that's good. You got to do that.
Totally put it in. It's already in there.
So the rescue effort was still no small feat due to low temperatures and hard rain. So that's got to suck. It's cold. It's rainy. You're high, so it's colder. It's rainier. I got to think that they might.
He's probably like in the clouds.
Right. So maybe that's why they don't see him. That's fine.
That could be.
But I would still think he's a solid object. You can't pick him up on radar.
Yeah.
He's a solid object.
You know what, though? Just wait till he has to go to the bathroom and, hey, anyone feel any warm rain? Was any warm rain around here?
You're out catching snowflakes.
You're like, I think he's going that way. All of these people said there was warm rain in this direction.
He writes his name, help me, from all the way up there in the snow.
Did anyone get any really large bird poops?
Yeah. There was corn in that bird crap. What happened here? I think it's a pterodactyl, sir. It's
It's a dinosaur up there.
Right. But it was raining heavily in the dark, which was really hard for us to see anything clearly, said Mang Qing Chung, a member of the fire rescue. Finally, after spending 10 hours looking for him, the rescuers found his balloon and brought him down. Despite being cold and hungry, he was in good health with only some back pain from remaining on his feet for 2 days straight. You didn't sit down once?
Why is it that, like...
Do they have to talk this guy through everything?
I was going to say, why is it that the guy in the other room will Google the dumbest stuff? We have been discussing how this balloon operates and works for 20 minutes now. Right. I have no idea what it looks like.
Yeah. But at the same time, we do know we got a new review.
Yeah, we got a new review, and I look terrible in a 3/4 profile.
Right. So it says, according to Chinese officials, he's now recovering in a hospital, and his quote says, "I almost gave up, but thanks to rescuers, otherwise I wouldn't be alive." Gotcha.
Yeah, thanks to rescuers, not to my partner.
Yeah, but it says that the workers usually use the balloons because these trees are 65 feet tall, and when they use spiked shoes, they risk fatal falls. Okay, can I be honest with you?
Hey, guess what?
Yeah, I see your fatal fall, I up you.
Yeah, we found a flaw in your slaw, guys.
Yeah. So what do you tether yourself to? The guy with the spikes in his shoes? Right. What are you tethering yourself to?
So what are the do we know anything about the other guy? If they were 65 feet up and the other guy
no, they didn't even talk about him. So you're right. If say these trees are 65 feet, so say they're 40 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I mean, but now did he jump out? Did he jump into the tree and then climb down?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Maybe
or sit there and wait for help. You know. So, but because you got to figure after a while, somebody's got to come looking for him, or somebody's got to be like, "Hey, there's a balloon right there." Floating over the house. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Did the other guy not want to tell him? I'm just going to go home. Act like I called in today. No one's going to know.
Right.
Meanwhile, there's a giant gap where he's through the tree. There's just one set of trees where there's just a human shaped hole as he's gone down every branch.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got an orifice full of pine nuts and he's got to go to the doctor. He's like, okay, weird thing about this. I fell. I fell at work. By the way, I didn't go into work today. Yeah.
Good
I
news.
Stayed home. Yeah.
Good news is I'm not in a balloon.
Right. I'm not floating 200 miles away from here. What do you mean? Nothing? Yeah, nothing. All right. So that was actually our TCO. I didn't know that would turn into more of a strange story. That was pretty in depth. I saw a lot of writing with it, but I thought, this is going to be over fast. That had a lot of information in it. I like it. We have time real quick. I have a strange story.
Wait, what?
This is Strange Stories with Damon.
With just Damon?
Yeah.
Ted is checked out.
I'm looking at a balloon.
That checks out. No, Ted checks out. So this is 6 largest collections of weird stuff in the world. All right.
It literally looks just like 2 pieces of
Yeah, it looks like a weather balloon or something.
Down on that,
yeah, you can easily sit down in that. Easily.
You can kick your feet out through the holes.
Yeah. Listen, if you're content.
It looks like a scissor lift that doesn't have just the basket part on a balloon.
Yeah, like it's attached to a marionette.
In 2 days, you could figure out a way to get off your legs in that.
Yeah.
All right. Strange story.
Yeah. Strange story. So the number one thing that 6 largest collections of weird stuff. The number one is fossilized poop. That makes sense because fossils of any kind people collect, right?
Right.
All right. So it says, let's see, dude, why wouldn't you collect this? Well, then they blocked it out. Sheet. It wouldn't be out of place question if you asked George Franson. That's because he has in his possession the largest collection of fossilized crap in the world. More than 7,000 specimens. More made daily. He's just freeze drying stuff.
Well, I mean,
Hey.
at what point do you I got like 4 or 5 of these. I bet I could start a collection.
Right. So it says the piece de
de
resistance
Yeah,
of the collection
The piece de resistance.
is the 26 and a half inch T-Rex specimen, which is the largest fossilized turd by a carnivorous animal discovered to date. Wow. So this is what this guy's known for. I have 7,000 pieces of crap around my house, which, you know what? As you get older, most of us probably do have 7,000 pieces of crap around our house. They're just not fossilized crap. 26 and a half. That's
I bet his offspring are fighting to be out of the will.
right. They're the only ones. They're going down. Dad, we're adopted, right? Are we adopted? We got to be adopted.
I hate you. Well, you hate me? No, I poo. I said I hate poo. Do not want any of that.
This one here's a meteorite. Like Joe Dirt. What are you doing?
Dad, I have contacted every museum in America. They want your poop.
Yeah.
We do not.
Because we live near Chicago, which has the Field Museum, which has dinosaurs, stuff like that.
That's Sue. Yeah.
Yeah, would they go, is that what museum quality stuff? Is that what they do?
I don't think they would take all of it. The Smithsonian has like 8% of its stuff on display. The rest of it's just in a warehouse somewhere, like because there's just not enough space. No, who is coming to an exhibit of various stone poop?
Right.
Because it's no longer poop anymore. It's literally stones that used to be poop.
Right. Well, and what kind of like redneck is walking in there and be like, that's nothing. You know what I mean? It's like 26 and a half inch. That's nothing.
Man, ain't Flossie had a turd that would just, it would have just dwarfed that thing. I tell you what.
So we go from fossilized poop. Number 2 is toilet paper. Richard and Flora Lee Newman focus on the stuff used to wipe the fresh ones. Okay, that makes sense. The duo has created the world's largest collection.
Mac, wipe the fresh ones.
Wipe the fresh ones.
That was what he said.
Yeah, this is written in an article. Their collection features around 2,500 rolls and pieces of toilet paper from all over the world.
You guys going to use that?
Including, in 1978, Newmans have gathered toilet paper from every continent, including Antarctica. In 2012, they received a roll of paper sent from the McMurdo Station.
McMurdo Station,
okay.
Yeah, that's the U.S. station on northwest coast of.
But when you put it as wiping the freshmans, that's crazy. All right, number 3, nails. These are metal nails. So they said,
is barbed wire in this list anywhere?
No, I don't think so. But this is metal nails like you drive into a piece of wood. Among more than 3,000 nails, the British retiree has an example of.
Well, we got penny nails, we got roofing nails, we got galvanized nails, we got handcrafted nails, we got railroad spikes. Those are just big nails.
So he's got they go back to ancient Roman occupation of England. So how do they know this? How do they know the arc?
Yeah, there's got to be some point where like that just could just be like a really old like regular nail. No,
right.
No, wrong.
Yeah. They just roofed my house. I found it next to the gutter.
Yeah. It is weird though when you get over to Europe because like we see stuff from the 1700s and we're like, wow, that's old. And you go over to Europe and they're like, oh yeah, well, this is around like 400 BC.
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, that might be old.
Oh wow. Number 4 is human nails.
Yeah, skip.
Yeah, we're gonna skip that. Okay. Number 5, chicken-related items.
Oh, we're in Max territory.
Joanne and Cecil Dixon of Elkhart, Indiana. Ooh, so they live.
Yeah, that's nearby. We can make it.
They love chickens. So they have the largest collection of chicken-related items. The married couple didn't care what the chickens were on. Their home was filled with chicken paraphernalia from ceramic figurines to fridge magnets, planters, and other ornaments. By the time their collection was certified by the Guinness World Records in 2006, they had 6,505 chicken items. Now, the guy had 7,000 pieces of poop. So he's got him beat.
Do you think you work for Guinness and you open up your like email like, what are we doing today? Chickens.
Yeah. It's better than going, fossilized poop.
Well, yeah. There could be like, the world's largest like Philly's cheesesteak. Yeah. Which this is twice I've mentioned it. Now I want a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Or like world's largest pizza or something like something fun that you maybe even sample it at the end. Like chicken paraphernalia in Indiana.
So they collected it over 40 years.
I bet that's a Greyhound bus. No flights to Elkhart, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Right. With like 12 exchanges between here and there,
Maybe I'll get a Kia at the Enterprise.
So you're saying it's 90 miles in a straight line, but there's like 7 interchanges with me on a bus. Okay, I got you.
First stop, 6 blocks from here.
Okay, number 6. I'm going to read it. Number 6, because this is a collection now, remind you.
Collection.
Yeah, sex dolls.
This has been That Checks Out.
Let's see. We're gonna get down here. Eventually,
I don't even want to know what number does it go from being disturbing to a collection.
Now their collection includes 240 human-sized sex dolls.
Nope, kick it back up, Mac. Kick it back up.
Hey, they spent $160,000 on this, man.
Kick it back up.
We used to trade baseball cards. What happened to baseball cards?
Yeah, well, I want you to stick a couple of those in the spokes. This has been That Checks Out with Damon and Ted. You can find us at thatchecksout.net. All the socials are That Checks Out WDT. This has been a TCO Productions coming to you from Audio High Podcasting Studio. Not that we care about Mac or anything he does. We care about us. TCO Productions. Go to any of the podcast platforms. Leave a review. Whatever you can do. 5 stars, 5, whatever they have. Just give us 5 or 10 if it's 10. I don't care. Whatever the top
if it's
is.
10, don't give 5.
Don't give us 5 if it's 10. If it's 10, give us 10. If it's 15, give us 15.
Yeah.
What you shouldn't do is give $15 for a microwave cart from 1994.
I was going to say 86.
We're running out of music.
But you go ahead.
We'll catch you next time.
We're running out of music. Start it again. Play it on a loop.
Yeah. I don't know if you know this. We control the music.
Yeah.
No, I control.
I do the killing. Oh.